So, we started last time with those maps here. This is Figma we're using for, planning our project, mapping out our structures. We have here a storyboard board. And yeah, as said last time, we started with those maps. We animated those, this movement here, and this movement here, from those troops here, and the Russian troops here in yellow are backing up. Now we go into this portion where the Russians in yellow move back even more because of their losses in the battle, and they will get replaced by Lestock's troop, the Prussian troops, as we can see here afterwards. So first we're gonna start up by just building the scene as it is before we start moving the units. So yeah, this was the last movement we did. Russians move back, French are moving in, putting in pressure on the right flank of the Russian army. All right. We're gonna start by creating a new map movement comp. This is scene AS68. So it's gonna be called 68 map movement main comp. This comp is gonna be HD. Because our final output will be in HD. But the comp we are actually working in will be a 4K comp. It's gonna be called 68 map movement subcomp. We're doing this because when we use a 3D camera, we are zooming in, and when we zoom in on a HD comp, it gets blurry real quick. So that's why we use the 4K. Because with the 4K we have more lineage to zoom in, so it doesn't get blurry. We have more detail when we zoom in. So it doesn't get blurry. We have more detail when we zoom in. All right. We're gonna start by putting in the texture we have. So this is our desk texture where the map is gonna be. And then we have a battle map. Doesn't have to be placed perfectly to fit the frame, because we have an alpha channel on this picture, as you can see. So we are pretty free to place it where we want to place it. So as soon as we done that, let's see if we can extract this picture. Let's compare this one to the position we had before. French position is we actually have to build this as a starting point. Because we haven't animated the whole movement. We just animated the start of the movement so that they're moving there and they're moving back. But we don't have the end position of the Russians here. So we're gonna build that now. Here we gotta extract each position. So the Prussians position, the Russians position, and the French position. Gonna export this one. Then we're gonna need the Russian position. Let's export that one. And we're gonna need the French positions. Which is just this one. This is a static one, which will not move. And this will be the position that is moving. Yeah. Yeah, this will be the position that is moving. And we also have to move some of the French and some of the Russians and some of the Prussians. But we will later build a mask on the static Russian position to mask out the ones that are moving and then insert a single unit so we can move them freely. So we get this one. Alright, so we got those. I'm gonna bring this into After Effects. All the positions we have. Put those for the time being. Start with the instead of loop position, let's later. I'm gonna start with the French position. Just trying to match the picture. Let's see. Like this one here. Put it here. Let's have the right side. The right side. Looks quite right. A little bit small. To the left. Something like this, I guess. I guess something like this. Alright. Since they both have the same scaling, we can use this scale here. Apply it on actually all of them. Because they all have the same scaling. Now we just need to get the position right. The Russians first. And we gonna... It's a good point here. This one here. Something like this, I guess. Oh. To the right. Yeah. Sounds about right. Take the Prussians. Here. Yeah, this looks right. So, who is the only one missing? Oh. It isn't right. It's actually a unit missing, I think. Yeah, we can build those by hand. So we have our base. That green. This will not change. So we're gonna mask out some of the... Actually, we're gonna mask out probably the whole of the Wu's position to have all units moving. So we're gonna start to build these positions. And this will be our start position. So what we're gonna do now is bring in single units to replace the static units. And now we're just gonna build up the position of the French. It's actually good to duplicate them in the way you are animating them later. At least for my script, on which I'm animating this battalions. I don't know if battalion's the right word, but whatever. I animate them in a way so they move along a path, and let's say this is the starting position, and I draw like a path from here. Let's say they move in here. So I take this unit, and this unit, put them on this path, and let them walk. So the reason why I duplicate them in this order is so in the layer stack they are already under each other. So I take this one, and this one, put them on the path. And then I draw another path, which go in this direction, which would need those 3 units. So I duplicate this one, put this here, here, here. And then I would be ready to animate them on the path. This will come in handy with the script later on, which I'm using to animate. Yeah, so we will come back to that later. For now, just finish building the position. Sometimes it's better to not animate one unit alone. Sometimes it's better to take 3 and animate them on the same path. Because here I have some kind of a line effect, some kind of a convoy effect. So this is moving, then is this moving, then this is moving. Like in a normal army. But here, in principle, it's the same. But with 2 units, it doesn't look the same. So here I have 3 and here I have 2. So I will just take those 2 and animate them. And those 3 as a group. And animate them all on the same path. It's just a personal preference, of course. It's also a little bit less time consuming. So I only animate them single when I wanna... when I want them to look just a little bit cooler. So here I'll take this, this, and this. And then this. And this one probably change. Change it so those 3 come after those 2. Alright. Then we take this. I mean, this is a case where we can just tweak the base position a little bit so that I get this convoy effect. So here we have 2 and we have 3, so basically this is the same position as this one, but we can make it so it's more for convoy. So this 3 would be this one here, which later on will be masked away. Then take another row which will be this one here. So now we have all the units here, but in a slightly different position. Slightly different. Now we can use this convoy effect of those four, and those three. Now I need to rearrange them because I was sloppy. This one's gonna be my first. This one's gonna be my second. Now I have this. I should probably mark them. Rename them. Alright. That's good. This. Oh. Good. Good. All right. There's a ton of stuff missing. Let's bring in the artillery. With the artillery, I don't really have a problem with layer stack arrangement because I mostly animate them by hand and not over an expression. So it doesn't really matter how I duplicate them or where they are in the layer stack. See, so, oh, here. Some missing. Alright, where are we? So we have our artillery, our infantry, and we're missing the 2 cavalry units on the right side. Bring those in real quick. Which cavalry? Alright. That's good enough. All right. see if something else is moving. Yeah, right. The Russians are moving back. The Prussians will fill the lines. So we gotta replace those and those with single units. So let's bring in some Russian units. Russian infantry. Right. Oh wait. We need to make sure we only move those who will get replaced. So we gotta be watching for this. Alright, cavalry is riding this way. So we gotta find a way to squeeze those in between. Probably move those back. Maybe just move single units like this one here back, this one back, or both of them, and let them replace with... Probably more artillery here and here. I gotta squeeze the units through somehow. I mean, if I move those back, I have space here. But I can move here. And here, two of them. And though I can make the distance between the cannons a little bit more, so I have space to move through. Wait, there are no cannons on my base map. Why are there no cannons? Why are the cannons missing? Why are they in the wrong direction? They're shooting their own people. Alright, so we gotta place some more artillery here. This direction here. Let's put them a little bit further apart from each other. Let's see, Prussian infantry. Here we are. Is this so? Oh, I didn't get the right unit. Alright. Let's see if we can just replace it. See if that's working. Still kind of blurry. Yeah, alright, we gotta work with this, I guess, for now. Alright, so we're gonna replace those. And also we're replacing the units from the Russian army. So this one's moving back. This one's gonna be moving back here. And this will get filled by this one. It's moving here. Those two are going into here, and two of them are going into here and here. I'm gonna need another unit here. 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 And those two or those two? I go for those two. And move this. Oh shit. Place to move this. I'm gonna replace this one. Russian cavalry, here we are. Place this one here. I'm gonna mask the Russian position. Where is it? Here. Mask this cavalry here. Oh, wrong mask. Also wrong mask. Should be working. Sir. Alright. Alright, so we have this one, we have those three. And we're gonna take those two. Alright. So the plan is for those French units to pressure the Russian front, and they will be moving backwards. Some of them will be replaced by the Prussian units here, so they're gonna be moving in quickly, while those two are moving back a little bit. So we have all those units which you see here single gonna be moved. These units here will be staying static. We will concentrate only on this portion on the map. So I'll be right back. Right. Yeah, since we have to move those units backwards, same as here and here, maybe here, here. I also have to replace them with single units. That's the cavalry. So basically all of the units will be moving backwards of the Russian units, the ones in yellow. Just a little bit, like this one, something like this. This will be the end position, maybe a little bit inwards. And like those will be replaced by those ones. And the French will be pushing it. last composition I had 270 layers. Let's see how much this one will be. Oh, we also need the artillery. They will also be falling back. At least this one on the front. Those two probably. Those will be moving in. Those are the French cannons. Those will be moving backwards. Those will also be moving backwards. All right. Now comes the boring part. I need to sort all those units in the right arrangement and my layer stuck. This one's already correct. This one's also correct. This one's also correct. Those are moved singularly. So that sounds okay. Artillery is always okay. As long as they don't move in a line. Those cavalry units probably won't move in a line either. I will animate them separately. Oh, this is where the fun begins. That's why I usually duplicate them. Corps by corps. Or battalion by battalion, or whatever it's called. This one's already flawed. Yeah. Now it's correct. 3. Go here. Yes. I'll replace those. Yeah, probably should. This is cavalry. Oh, I'm gonna move them at 3 columns. 3 type columns. Plus I'm gonna be moving as groups. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Hmm. Those are already also going to be moving backwards. Yeah, I think I'm gonna call it a day for now. Need to get a plan ready for the movement of the troops, which I need to think about for a minute. Because this is quite complex movement, so it looks natural. And the units don't walk over each other and stuff, so I think I'm gonna need to map that out before I start animating. Yeah. I'm gonna call it a day. Thanks for watching if anyone watched. And I'm gonna be back. Goodbye.